Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, My Hero Academia Season 5 Episode 6. Yes, last time we got the beginning of the second battle between Class 1A and Class 1B. In the first one, Class 1A just dominated. Well, not dominated. They won in the end because they have a better team. I don't know. Team ideas. They were better working as a team, in contrary of the Class 1B, which obviously depended on someone that will protect them from the mob. They try to use both their strength. Class 1A come out on top alongside with Shinso, obviously, but still we got a little bit downbeat Shinso because he believes he could have done better. Which is great, because again, these type of exercise are for that, for you to improve. And if we are going to receive Shinso in these, either Class 1A or Class 1B, he needs to improve. Well, hopefully we're going to receive any one of those classes, because yes, I'm going way ahead of everything. Anyway, in the second one, we got a beginning that it was promising. Class 1A, or in case of Tokoyami, he was shining with a new move. And I don't recall, because now I kind of remember that. I don't remember if we saw this movement, the flying things, in the movie. I don't recall that. Perhaps because I do not consider movies canon, that is why I'm not remembering that well. I don't know, whatever. If you remember that movement was in the movie and say, oh, why are you surprised? It's because I genuinely forgot if that happened. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, it started great for Class 1E, especially with the new move of Tokoyami, but then we have another Class 1B. I don't want to say villain and hero because they are supposed to be both each. For one team is going to be the villain, and for the other is going to be the other villain. You know what I mean. But anyway, yes, it's fascinating to see all the plans that we are going to witness in this one, because I think both the stars of this fight are going to be Yaoyorozu and Kendo. Those are going to be the stars of this battle, and I cannot wait to see the strategies that both come up with. So let's cut the presentation short, but before that, just quickly remind you that if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription and turn on notifications. If you enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment so I know what you think about my reaction, the episode, or the commentary once you see it. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below, alongside with the link for the reaction, because let's remember, YouTube doesn't like reactions, and of course a link for my Patreon in case you want to see the uncut reaction of this episode and many more. Anyway, enough about all of this, let's watch the episode and cut the presentation short. Shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the 6th episode of the series, and it was a fascinating episode. It was pretty neat to see different aspects of Class 1B. Again, these are not very well, outside of Kendo, it's not much of a fighting part of Class 1B. Most of their quirks are for reconnaissance, are for hiding, are for, lay something else. It's not a direct attack operation, at least not. I think the major exception is probably Kendo and maybe Manga. Why Manga? Because yeah, he can literally shoot onomatopoeias. He can shoot that, and that is pretty badass, honestly. And I love how he trapped Yaoyorozu between literally, I don't know if I should call it words or phrases, or well, onomatopoeias. I think it's the better way to call them. But anyway, before going to that point, let's speak about Class 1B. Why Class 1B? Because are those the ones who know the least and are the newcomers. So yes, obviously we know Tokoyami, we know Hagakure, we have seen her grow, we have seen him grow. We know Yaoyorozu, and we know obviously Aoyama, which is honestly the one who got the worst part of this episode. He was, even for this battle, he was kind of. I don't want to say the word, but yes, he was kind of useless in this particular battle. He didn't do much, honestly, in this one. But anyway, going back to class 1B. First, the Shadow guy. I don't recall his name. Sorry about that, guys. If you are a fan of him, sorry. It's pretty hard for me to remember names. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't think he was a very ace in the hole for class 1B, or at least for this group. But actually, no. Kendo was showing off that's how amazing that she has a plan, for a backup plan for the plan, and it was a pretty good one. She is really containing herself within her own strengths. But again, this Shadow guy, I love the contrast that we have. First facing class 1A, very cocky, very, oh yes, we're better than you, oh yes, Kendo is much more intelligent than Yaoyorozu, yada yada yada, very confident, very bravado speak on his part. But once he reached the, I think it was Shimage, or, well, the Mushroom Girl, he's very shy. I assume it's because he likes her, or because he's generally shy with girls. It's one of those two options. I don't know. It's kind of funny, but I like that. I like that contrast. That, oh yes, I need to put on a face, the hero mask, even if it's not a literal mask. The hero mask in which I'm confident, I'm powerful, I know what I'm doing. But now that you are with somebody you trust, you kind of become, okay, I am shy, I'm no longer need to pretend to be that awesome character. I like that. I enjoy that little part, and I know it's probably very, very minor and probably a very insignificant detail, but I love that. I love, because I believe those details makes this world more believable, more akin to a real person, let's say. Then we got obviously the onomatopoeia guy, Manga. I think it was Comic Man, his hero name, because yeah, for him it's really, really easy for me to remember his name. Anyway, as I was saying, his power is really cool, but I guess he's not physically strong, because we know that Hagakure is not physically strong, and he was having problems with her up until the moment, obviously, Kendo arrives. But yes, I like him. I don't know why, and it's just a few seconds that he speak. But I like him. I like his voice. I think he's goofy enough for me to. Oh yes, it's connected to the comic, or it's connected to this and that. I really, really like that. And yes, all the little things that you can do is that he is not very battle adept, at least not in short range, which is obviously something that Hagakure should exceed, because she can get closer to other people, because, well, she is invisible. So it makes sense. But unfortunately, Hagakure, again, she's not preparing herself to fight in situation. She's ready to infiltrate, she's ready to espionage, but not to fight, which is, I think, a mistake. Because she could have knocked out this guy in seconds, or in a very short amount of time, and she could have just go away, capture the guy, and then return to give Somei to Yaoyorozu or to Tokoyami. So yes, it's an important thing that she needs to look out for. Hopefully she's going to improve. Hopefully it's going to be like Ochaku, in which she lost a fight, and the thing she did, oh no, I want to train for battle because this situation might happen in the future. Hopefully that is going to be the mentality of Hagakure, and we're going to see her in a more active role as a fighter. Perhaps her main thing should be espionage for obvious reasons, but in case she is discovered, she needs to defend herself. I think that is a great addition for her abilities. That is my opinion, and hopefully we're going to see that. Moving on to the Mushroom Girl. I like her attitude. I like how happy she is. I like that she loves mushrooms. that she found them cute, even though I found them kind of creepy. Perhaps because I associated with dungeons or with creepy places and all of that. So yeah, that's why perhaps I found them creepy. But I like her attitude. I like her, and I like all the resources that she used. Because yes, again, just like the shadow guy and the darkness guy and her, their quirks are not specially done for fighting. It's not like the case of a Bakugo or a Deku. Yeah, his given quirk or Todoroki. No, those are really specialized fighting quirks. The motion thing is a more subtle way to fight, an indirect fighting, and we saw that even with the spores of a certain motion that can cause you to not be able to breathe, or at least not breathe that well, which is extremely creepy, man. But anyway, yes. I love how she takes that role because they need to hide, because in direct combat they are weak, but in a distance and while they control the battlefield they are pretty strong. So I like that differentiation between the fighting types and the other types, the more subtle quirks. Not as flashy, but very, very useful as we saw in this episode. Now, let's move to the main dish. Yaoyorozu versus Kendo. Battlefish. Fish. I don't know why the hell did I say fish. Anyway, moving on from that. We got that point in which obviously Kendo has an advantage because she knows how to fight. We can see that in this episode. She knows how to fight. She's amazing, honestly, and it makes sense for her quirk. You need to train your body so you can have more force when you enlarge your fist and, deal with whatever you have in front of you. It makes sense for her to know how to fight. It's a very centric fighting quirk. So, I love how she isolates Yaoyorozu, because Yaoyorozu is more of a thinker, more of a planner, more of a I need time to move forward. And yes, moving on and honestly trying to take advantage of the situation in Kendo's side. Unfortunately for her, Yaoyorozu has been improving her quirk, has been improving her thinking under pressure, so she is making a lot more stuff faster. And she is holding back, and she is holding back the enemy so she can make whatever she needs in the moment she needs, so she can take advantage of the situation. And again, we saw even if she lost, she was thinking ahead and ahead and ahead. Maybe I won't be able to defeat Kendo in a 1v1 fight, but maybe I will help the rest. And boy, she did. She created a distraction with the cannon, because obviously we know that she was not going to kill her, because a cannon will be a very dangerous thing, but perhaps she was going to capture her with a net or something along those lines. So she was cautious. Kendo was cautious. She was distracted in that moment. She launched the cannon not to destroy the wall. Perhaps that wouldn't even work, because even the naval laser from Aoyama it didn't work. And she launched something else to help her friends, her comrades in arms. Even if she was captured, she wanted the mission to be over. That is a commendable stuff. And thanks to the weight of the cannon, she could capture Kendo and make her movement not as easy if she was just running amok, or if it was just, I don't know, a bazooka or something along those lines, something lighter. Yes, it's actually thinking way ahead so they can move forward. I love that way of thinking of Yaoyorozu. I genuinely find it fascinating, and I cannot wait to see her in action, in real action, in future episodes. My god, that was amazing good thinking of her. And I love this fight that they have. Fight of overpowering the enemy very quickly from Kendo, while Yaoyorozu is also outsmarting the enemy. And even if Kendo's team won in the end, I think in the personal battle, Yaoyorozu won. that is my personal opinion. I perhaps I'm wrong, but that is what I want to see. Now, before that, let's move forward to something else. Before it's over, and this is, I leave it to the end because I probably think it's the most irrelevant shit in the world. But I think my shipping is sailing. One of my many ships, I think, is sailing. I don't know if you know this, but well, my main ship is obviously Deku and Uraraka. That is my main ship. That is the one, and I think every single episode of this show is screaming canon to that one. Or at least that is what I want to see. But another ship that I really, really like, and I probably think is my second favorite one, is Yaoyorozu and Todoroki. I love that. I love that since the episode with Aizawa, when they defeated Aizawa in the final exam for the first semester. I like that shipping. I really enjoy their interaction, which obviously there are many interactions between them, but I love every single drop of water of those two interacting. And we got some of that here. The way that Todoroki speaks so highly of Yaoyorozu, how in awe he is with her actions. Just, oh yes, but you just wait, Yaoyorozu is going to kick your ass. You should have won. You should have gone 4 against Yaoyorozu if you are afraid of her. She's that powerful, man. My God, he sounds like a proud boyfriend, man. I know, perhaps I'm reading way too deep into this one, and perhaps it's nothing. But please let me be happy with that shipping. I want to see a full glass of shipping water that we got in this episode. I think that is it. And as I told you, it's almost irrelevant to speak about that. But can you blame me? That is my ship. I really like that the Todoroki and Momo's ship, the Todomomo shipping. But anyway, yes, I think I exhausted the topic of this one. I hope you enjoy it. And as always, let me just quickly remind you that if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription. Even if I mess up like this, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and leave a comment. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below, alongside with my Patreon in case you want to see the uncut full reaction, and obviously to the reaction, but I think you already knew that if you are already here. Anyway, yes, I think that's it. I hope you enjoy it, and I have nothing else to say, but thank you for your attention, and well, see you on the next one. Bye!
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like, so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks and see you on the next one.